Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
And welcome to another Sports podcast. I am Joel Anderson.
I'm Jordan Pomaville.
And joining us, as always, is the sports outsider, Phil, the ignorant Ranta.
Hey, that's not my name. My middle name is Edwin.
Edwin?
Yeah, Edwin.
That is a terrible middle name.
What?
Yeah.
It's a family name. You take that back.
I'm sorry, you have a terrible family name.
What? I think that it's catchy.
My family name is Maximilian. Guess if we name people Maximilian anymore?
You should.
Nope.
Oh, why not?
Because it's a terrible family name.
I lucked out. Family name, Charles.
Ah.
My dad's first name, technically Charles. No one calls him Charles. But then my brother's middle name is Charles. My middle name might have been Charles, but I was born in St. Patrick's Day, so it was Patrick.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, anyway.
It's a sports podcast.
I
Yeah,
should
there we
say
go.
the only thing Phil is ignorant about is sports.
That's it.
All other knowledge Mr.
I know.
Ranta has.
I'm kind of like the Dalai Lama,
Yeah.
only even more kicked out of China.
Which makes it all the more interesting that we have you on our podcast because, you know, you could be on literally any other podcast and give an expert opinion
That's
except
true.
for this one.
That's true.
This was really a bizarre choice on our part to have
I
you
know,
on this
right? I'm
podcast.
amazed that you guys cast me. Well, I went into the audition process. I gave a great 3 minutes.
That's all you
did.
need.
That's all you need.
But again, you talked about variable calculus.
Right.
You know, and how it applied to you know, the whole Newton thing, and
Yeah.
we were so wowed by it, we decided to overlook the fact. We just figured if he knows about that, he's got to know something about sports.
You were wrong.
Did you catch any games this week?
No. Why would I catch games this week? I'm busy. I've got stuff going on in my life. Got to learn about variable calculus and how it relates to Newton.
Yep. Okay.
Did you catch any trials this week?
No. Were there trials?
There certainly was.
Was somebody
There is
getting
a big
arrested?
time sports related trial.
Ah, what trial would that be?
Jerry Sandusky.
America's Rollercoast.
God, I love that.
The name where now everyone's skin crawls as soon as you say it.
But not when you follow it with America's Rollercoast.
Your skin crawls like your skin will crawl if you ride the Gemini on America's Rollercoast.
So anyway, and this is news, and this is headed under somebody get this attorney a rim shot. Exactly. Defense attorney Joe Amendola told reporters on Tuesday to stay tuned to find out if Sandusky would take the stand himself, comparing the case to a soap opera. Asked which soap opera, defense attorney Joe Amendola initially said General Hospital, then All My Children.
Oh my God.
Really?
Wait.
And this is true. This is true.
No.
This is not a joke.
Wait, why would they even ask him what soap opera?
Because I think, well, first of all, this is rural Pennsylvania, and the reporters have been there for weeks, so they're just haggard, they're tired, they're
Right.
bored out of their skulls, so they have to ask him questions like, hey, will he testify? And he goes, you know, it's like a soap opera, stay tuned. And they said, what soap opera would you compare it? You know, just dumb fluff questions. And
Yeah.
he gave the most inappropriate. He gave, first of all, a long-running soap opera as an answer.
Yeah.
Then gave probably the worst answer he could have given.
Maybe he's gunning for a spot writing monologues for Jay Leno.
Yeah, I was about to say I might have gone All My Children, but I would have been trying to make a joke.
Sure.
In fact, I don't know if I would have been able to come up with All My Children on the spot like that. It would
Because
have been
it's
like
so
10 minutes
blindingly
later.
obvious.
I would have been like,
Yeah.
All My Children. That's the one.
That's where the punchline is.
There it is. That's why you need a room of writers to write jokes like that usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the jury's debilitating now.
Oh, they're debilitating?
They're what do you call that?
Deliberating.
They're deliberating right now.
They've
All
got
the
a
same
debilitating disease.
And here's the thing: there's 49 counts, and people are wondering, can they get the charges to stick? That's the
On all 49?
That's the lingo.
Oh, if I was the jury, I'd be like, I don't know, it would be like when I took the SATs and I was hungover and I'm like, just fill in C for everything.
Well, the
How did that
the
work
charges
out?
are not multiple choice.
Oh, I thought that there was.
No,
are they like
it's
true or false?
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Right.
Not guilty.
But here's the
C,
thing to remember:
both.
Trial.
D, none of the above.
you only need 4 or 5 of those charges to stick for him to be murdered in prison.
Oh,
So really,
yeah.
you don't need even a majority of the charges.
You think he's gonna get murdered in prison?
Absolutely.
Think he's gonna get the shiv in the
I
eye?
think he's gonna get killed in
I
prison.
honestly don't think he will, just because he'll be notable enough that prison officials wherever he goes are gonna know, like, we're gonna have to keep this guy away from the general population, otherwise he's gonna get murdered.
I don't know. Didn't Madoff get his shit wrecked in prison? Like, he
Did
didn't
he?
get killed, but didn't he get, like, beat the
He
fuck
might have
up?
gotten beaten up.
Yeah, but everyone does in prison,
Here's the thing.
right?
Bernie Madoff stole money from a lot of people. Jerry Sandusky,
Stole innocence.
I was pointing to you to hear you say
America's roller coaster.
Thank you. Rape children.
Oh.
You know, so
It is worse.
And it's the one thing in prison that, like, honor among thieves, like, all of them, you know, they all, you know.
They'll fuck up the child molesters.
Yeah, that's not good.
Ironically, they. Never mind.
All right.
Okay, well, it's moving on.
NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Do you got finals fever?
As
you
we
don't.
are
You don't watch
no.
finals,
this.
Phil.
I'm feeling quite healthy.
The most disappointing thing to happen to America since the crash of the housing market is
Wow.
in the midst of occurring.
Good choice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
I wasn't gonna go. I
Are
wasn't
the
gonna go
are
bigger
the
than
ba-
that.
are the heels winning?
Yes.
It's too
The
bad.
The heels are up big.
And what the Heat have shown us is that when three of the best players in the NBA come together in a 5-on-5 sport, they can triumph over adversity created by their own egos.
Yeah.
So that's what
Wow.
we've learned out of this.
Good
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
So
Really?
this is like the Empire Strikes Back, and then next year it's going to be like Return of the Jedi.
Well, we hope.
Oh.
What if it's Empire Strikes Back again?
What? That can't happen.
Empire Strikes Back forever.
Well,
would
if
be
Lucas
like-
did that, that'd be
it
pretty
would be like
clever.
if
Empire Strikes Back and Robin.
it would be like if after Star Wars, Luke and Han Solo and Darth Vader all got together and they're like, "Hey, we're up for free agency. Why don't we all sign with the Empire so that we can win
No.
ourselves a ring?"
Not Chewbacca,
Then they
too.
all do it, and then everyone was like, "What the fuck, Luke? We thought you were cool." and then all of a sudden, Luke goes from being one of the most loved people in the galaxy to one of the most hated people, and then everyone's just like, "Oh, I hope the Empire loses because I really don't want Luke to win. That would just prove that what he did wasn't
I never
so wrong."
liked Luke.
Incidentally, I do have to mention something. I was having dinner over at Natalie and Bosch's place.
You know we're recording
Name
right
dropper.
now.
I am. No.
We're not talking.
This
Right.
is totally
These
relevant.
are two
though.
people nobody knows.
Bosch mentioned something, a phrase that he's trying to make stick. That I told him I'd mention in the podcast because I think we should try and make this like something that people say. Every time Bosch goes to take a dump, he says, "Oh, I'm going to go take my talents to South Beach." And I think people at home, let's make this one happen. It's like dropping the kids off at the pool. Let's
I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
bingo.
I'm going to go poop in a toilet. That's what I say.
It doesn't have to be a toilet.
Right. I'm going to go
It's just
poop
you're gonna go
in the
poop.
yard.
So I feel first time you use it, funny look, one explanation, and then I think it starts to build. Soon it's a national thing. Everyone will be using "take my talents to South Beach" as a euphemism for defecation.
And we're on the internet, so it'll happen now.
It's
Yeah,
bound to.
it's
This
going to be a
will
meme.
go
It's going to
viral.
be like the next Nyan cat.
a meme.
Meme. So, Jordan, what do we have on the docket?
Well, real quick. Oh, well, okay. We have hockey tweets.
Yes, we got some hysterical tweets.
This was posted. This was a meme,
Yes.
Oh.
and now it's making fun of LeBron had leg cramps in the
Yeah,
last game.
he had a thigh cramp in game 4 and
A
was unable
thigh
to play.
cramp?
Yeah, a thigh cramp.
So he couldn't play because of a thigh cramp?
Your derision. We're tipping
We're
our
getting
hands
there.
here.
We're
We'll get
getting there.
Yeah.
Joel was at LA Live to get reactions from Los Angeles King
Yeah,
fans.
I was
when-
actually down there after Game 6. We got some interviews on the street outside of Staples Center right after the Kings had won the Cup.
Say what?
Yeah.
So we got that. We got
Sports Podcast. We go out there and we get the material for it, folks.
There's one more sports in that intro.
Sports.
You were leaving me out. It's just you and Jordan.
The Sports Calculus Podcast.
There we go.
And we have also a BCS, no more, starting in 2015. There will be a playoff. And so we have fans of various conferences and teams, their reactions
New 14 playoff.
to the new 14. Now, a lot of details still to come out, but we have their general reactions to the end of the BCS.
Yeah.
Nice.
We have things, because the Heat winning is kind of lame.
Oh,
Right.
Jordan.
And
wait,
inevitable.
do we have a weird sport?
Oh, yeah.
You're goddamn right we've got a weird sport.
I was
It's
really
gonna be
trying to make
weird
it
and
the sports
sportsmanlike.
podcast. I
Oh,
thought we were
you're
really
leaving. That's the
cutting
one
you.
segment I get.
one
That's
segment
my
people
time to
like.
shine. You try to steal that away from me, I can't take it anymore. Yeah.
Take his gun.
All right.
All right.
Oh, my gun.
Yeah.
Give me back my Glock.
No.
Yo.
Why don't we? What's our next segment?
Oh, I just want to do real quick. I had things as satisfactory as the Heat winning the NBA championship.
Okay.
Oh.
These are things as satisfactory as the Heat winning the NBA championship. Drinking the recommended 8 glasses of water a day.
Hey, I do that.
Yeah, that's really
Reading a
satisfying.
magazine article about things you already knew.
Hey.
Getting a timely response to an insignificant email.
That can be. I like when
Throwing
that
out
happens.
expired coupons.
Oh, that's satisfactory.
Well, just you feel uncluttered.
Getting your car's oil changed.
yeah.
Yep.
Gassing up your car.
Yeah,
sure.
satisfying.
Switching your car clock to daylight savings time.
Oh, I love doing that.
That usually happens
One of
like
my
2
favorite
months.
things to do.
Really?
Very satisfying.
Especially when you gain an hour on it.
Wow.
Oh,
I was not expecting that reaction.
it's so fun.
All right, last one's NBA draft. Let's start the show.
All right, let's do it. And now, a Big Ten fans' reaction to the new 4-team playoff.
I guess it'll be new and exciting to lose to USC in a playoff semifinal instead of for the Rose Bowl.
And now, an SEC fans' reaction to the new 4-team playoff.
I think a 4-team playoff for the SEC championship will be great.
This is for the national championship.
Same thing! Oh, barn! Suck a dick, losers! SEC! SEC! Okay, this is Joel Anderson of the Sports Podcast coming from outside the Staples Center. The Los Angeles Kings have just defeated the New Jersey Devils in 6 games to win the first Stanley Cup championship in their franchise's history. I'm going to talk to some of these hockey fans about what they're feeling.
Woohoo! Yeah, go Kings!
Wow, you must be feeling incredible right now.
I've been waiting for this so long. I mean, ever since I found out that LA had a hockey team 2 weeks ago, I have been waiting and waiting for this moment. And now it's here. Stanley Cup champs!
Did you just say Stanley Cup?
Did I?
Okay, who is your favorite player in the Kings?
Wayne Gretzky!
Well, who's your favorite current Kings player?
Wayne Gretzky!
Do you have anything you want to say?
Go Lakers! Woo! Yeah!
Oh, you do realize that this is because the Kings won the title.
The Kings? Is that a new football team?
No, it's the hockey team.
Gotta be honest, man. I just saw the people partying and I assumed it was the Lakers. I'm the biggest Lakers fan ever.
Even though you didn't realize that the Lakers were eliminated over a week ago.
Woo! Go Lakers!
This is Dan. I've been talking to him, and he has been a season ticket holder with the Kings since their very first season. Dan, as a true Kings fan, what does this mean to you?
I mean, this is amazing. It's been so long, and those of us who have stuck with this team this whole time, through thick and thin, I mean, it's just great.
Wow, Dan, you must have been through some really tough times over the years.
Oh, sure did, Joe. I mean, I can remember a time when half the seats at the arena were getting bought by fans of the opposing team. I mean, it was just a season ago, so it's pretty clear in my mind.
So what's it like to be able to finally revel in winning the cup here with the fellow fans you've suffered with for so long?
I can honestly say that I never saw any of these people until about a month ago.
Right. Okay, well, congratulations to the Los Angeles Kings and their fans.
Woo! Go Lakers! For you, the listeners of Sports Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. I personally recommend a wonderful book called The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Joel saw the movie. He said that it was okay. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Again, that's audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network for your free audiobook. And now a Notre Dame fan's reaction to a 4-team playoff.
Oh, this is especially great because Golden Dome, Touchdown Jesus, Newt Rockney, oh man, and the movie Rudy. Oh, it's so great. Sorry, what was the question?
And now an ACC fan's reaction to the 4-team playoff.
Am I being interviewed ironically? Fucking hipsters ruining sports coverage.
And now it's time for another Weird Sports! weird sports.
What do you got?
This week's weird sport, Cardboard Tube Fighting League.
There's a league for that? My brother and I used to fight with cardboard tubes constantly.
Were you in the league?
No.
While you were wasting your time.
I was going to say
an
you were
amateur.
wasting your fucking time in exhibition.
Yeah.
when you should have
Yeah.
been doing league play.
You were just playing freaking games.
That was like the best. That was the second best thing about Christmas. Was the week after there was a plethora of cardboard tubes with which to whack your.
Were you
sibling.
playing by the proper
How,
rules?
what type
Probably
of,
not.
Oh, right, the wrapping paper. I was
We
gonna
really
say, what
just
type
whacked
of,
each other.
How many toys could you possibly get in cardboard tubes?
They
And I
just
realized
gave
it
each
was the
other
wrapping
posters.
paper.
That's it. It was just a series of posters on Christmas.
And that was the other thing that was it was a very short lived because the tubes that wrapping paper come on they don't hold up.
Well, let's see what kind of tubes these are.
Yeah, let's hear about the
The
league
Cardboard Tube Fighting League is a global organization that hosts cardboard tube-based events in Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, California, and Sydney, Australia. Might?
Wonder
So
how
it's
those
global.
three
So you're
places-
saying
Yeah.
it's global.
Yeah, it's in 3 places, so it's global.
All right.
3 different places all over the globe.
Mate.
America, and Australia. All
Global.
over. Yeah,
Global.
The CTFL, Cardboard Tube Fighting League, hosts tournaments and battles where cardboard tube fighters go head-to-head in an attempt to break their opponent's tube without breaking their own.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they're not hitting each other.
No, it's not like
That would make
fencing.
it fundamentally different from the way my
Yeah.
brother and I approached it.
Oh, I
That's
see.
kind of less. Can you hit each other? Or is that against the rules? Like, as
Well,
part
let
of your
me,
strategy?
let me keep going. These events are often held at public parks throughout the summer, are open to everyone ages 5 and up, and emphasize fun over competition.
Oh,
Yuck.
that makes it less a
Yuck.
sport to me.
Yeah.
That makes it just weird.
Hey, but this makes it a sport. Cardboard tubes are provided, and all events are free for participants.
That's something.
Yeah. I like that they provide the equipment for you. You don't have to bring your own.
Totally.
But if I did, it would be a lead pipe covered in cardboard.
That'd be smart. No one would be able to break it. Go into the
That guy has
5-year-old
the
league.
hardest cardboard too.
I can't break it, and my nose is bleeding. Let's go over the
he
rules.
didn't get the memo. It said it was just for fun.
Mr. Potter. That was you,
It was.
Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, my car. I parked it right here.
Merry Christmas, movie house.
Merry Christmas movie house. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Merry Christmas, cardboard fighting tube league.
The CTFL focuses on keeping rules simple so the events are as low barrier as possible. Yeah, that's right. They're low barrier. I guess that's a thing.
I believe that you could also say it makes them very accessible.
Makes them accessible. Makes them for the people.
Give a retard,
sport
a
for the
5-year-old
people, by the
retard,
people.
a cardboard tube. He can play this game.
Right. Not well. I'd still kick his ass.
Well, I don't know about that, Phil.
Well, let's check. The commonly observed rules to the CTFL are: number 1, don't break your tube. In a duel, the last person with an unbroken tube is the winner. In the event that both participants break their tubes at the same time, both duelists are considered losers.
Nice.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I like that.
I like that they didn't make them
It's
both
not
winners.
a tie. They're both fucking losers. Both rubberneck dumb jerk losers. Yeah,
As
that's
opposed
right.
to the other people attending a cardboard fighting.
Right, who are all
Who are
get-
not losers.
They're
Who
so
are-
busy getting pussy, they're not even watching. They're tube deep in pussy. A tube is considered broken when it is held horizontal and the tip drops to an angle greater than 45 degrees.
Oh, been there. Am I right, guys?
Nailed it, yeah. Rule number 2. Attacking until the other combatant is knocked out or dead. No stabbing.
What?
No weapons.
What did you...
By knocked out or dead, do they mean their tube?
Yeah, they're tube. Their
Okay.
tube's knocked out or dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
yeah.
like, that 45-degree angle with the tube scene suddenly sort of faded into the background. It's like people
No
die.
stabbing, no weapons, Joel. No stabbing,
Pussy
no
league.
weapons.
Do you think height would be an advantage? I like sports where height is an advantage.
Well, let's go to number 3. Number 3, they reiterate no stabbing. Lunges involving tubes are not allowed under any circumstances. Participants who exhibit this behavior will be ejected from the event. You're out of here.
Why would you want to stab?
With the tube?
Yeah.
Because it knocks them back. It's like fencing. Boom.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
more likely to damage your tube.
Yeah, but you're more likely to damage
The whole
them.
point here is to damage the other
But
tube.
it's not to damage them, it's to damage the tube.
Yeah.
You can't lunge at a tube. with
Yeah,
your
but if they're
tube.
down on the ground, you can step on their tube. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
Can you do that? Can you step on a tube?
Well,
I
let's
don't
check.
think that's legal.
Can you grab the tube from the other person and break it over your knee? Is that
Number
what you
Say,
4.
There you go, loser.
Number 4, do not attack the opponent's face. That's right. Joel. Don't attack the opponent's face. Hitting the face is heavily frowned upon, can force ejection from the event.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 5, once a tube is broken, fighting must cease. That's when it's
That's
over.
fair. That's fair.
That's fair. I believe in
fair.
that. Number 6, only official CTFL tubes are allowed, Mr. Leadpipe. These tubes are provided at the events. Do not bring your own from home.
Wonder what kind of cardboard they're using in these tubes.
Flimsy.
know.
Flimsy cardboard.
I like the idea of like the natural.
series of tubes.
The natural, where a boy gets his cardboard tube when a cardboard tree is struck by lightning. And
Wonder tube.
Wonder tube.
This is one of my favorites because this is what I originally thought was going to be my idea of winning. But number 7 stops that. Number 7, no blocking of the opponent's tube with anything other than your own tube.
Ooh, you're right, Phil.
I was
going to
put my hand up.
Just boom, boom. We're lifting
Smack.
our forearms
Yep.
for the people at home.
Yep, put the arm up, block their tube.
No.
Arm is stronger than tube.
So basically, you can only use the tube.
Yes.
Okay.
You can only use the tube.
So
Just
this
like
sounds
in
like a very
London when the streets
tube-centric.
are clogged, you can only use the tube.
Oh, that is apt.
Yeah, I imagine there's a different tube fighting league.
That
in
joke
London.
is pertinent
That was sufficient.
and apt.
I imagine there's a different tube fighting league in London, but it's a lot bloodier.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you in my tube? Oh, I'll go stab you.
I was thinking it was just bare knuckle boxing
Yeah.
matches that happen in the subway.
Oh, sure.
You're like the fifth rail or something. It's like a boundary line.
Hey, you think you can come into King's Cross Station with the Jolly Fellows are down here?
Now
That's the name of the gang, the
now
Jolly
I'm
Fellows.
Imagining a whole bunch of enthusiastic American tube fighters
Yeah.
showing up in London, only to realize that they're in way over their
Speaking
heads.
of which, I want you to read my screenplay for Over-Enthusiastic American Tube Fighters. I think it's a pretty good script.
Okay, I
Third
do
act
have,
falls
I have
apart a
one
little
note. Your title needs
Yeah.
some work.
Why?
Well, there's maybe too many words.
Number 8! Tubes must always be held near the end. Participants may switch ends as they see fit.
If you
Holding
were to
tubes in
choke
the middle
up
is
enough on the
illegal.
tube,
It would be harder to break. It'd be harder to get it to become a limp tube.
That's true.
These
As
are
it
these
were.
are a pretty solid set of rules.
They were.
got. All
Number-
of the loopholes that we've thought of so far, they have closed.
Here's the other loophole that I thought about. Number 9, shields are banned at the tournament.
Right.
No
right.
He
shields.
throws up with a shield.
I
You know
was
what?
going to.
You could show up with a shield, but I believe it was Rule 6 that said you can't block with anything other than your tube.
That's true.
So it's just dead weight that you're
That's
carrying
true.
around.
That's an excellent point. And then finally, number 10, the most important rule: all participants must sign a waiver. That's smart.
Yeah, I can imagine why that.
That's
would be
smart.
The case.
So they've got tournaments. Do you want to know what the prizes are?
Duh.
There's prizes.
Yes, the CTFL offers legendary cardboard tubes as prizes for their tournaments. These tubes are often associated with historical or mythical weapons. Some prizes of note include Thor's hammer.
Glamdring the faux hammer.
Yep.
But it's made out of a tube.
Right, it's still made out of cardboard too. But D'Artagnan saber.
Glamdring the faux hammer. Is that going to be one of them?
Sure. Heaven's will.
What is Heaven's Will? What's
Apparently
from?
that was something. And Safuska Moors.
What the hell is that?
What
I don't
are
know.
these things?
They're probably famous swords of history.
Is any things like Dirty Harry's Magnum?
No,
So they
these
don't.
are swords.
They don't include Excalibur, and they have that other stuff. They also don't have Glamdring the faux hammer.
I don't know.
That was Gandalf's sword in Lord of the
They
Rings.
might have been. Oh, nerd. Nerd. Joel's a nerd.
Nerd
Hey,
alert.
nerd alert.
alert. Beep, 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 beep.
At times, the CTFL has also offered official T-shirts with the slogan "Training Elite Militias of Cardboard Tube Wielding Ninjas." Training elite militias of cardboard tube wielding ninjas.
You know,
But
unless-
no lunging, no attacking the
No-
face,
yeah, and no shields.
shield.
Yeah.
They don't seem like ninjas to me.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Ninjas are stealthy. This sounds like a pretty direct assault that's being involved.
It's a little hack and slash, if you ask me. A little hack and slash.
I will say this. My brother and I did play a game like this.
Okay.
It wasn't with cardboard tubes. We did
It
it
was with your penises.
Sticks.
You did a
Not
little
with
sword
our
fighting
penises.
with your penises, huh?
No.
Huh?
If you
no.
held it out straight
Yep.
and it bent down, we had a
there you
loser.
go. As soon as you
And
lost
we
your
called an
erection, you
ambulance.
lost.
Yeah.
Soon as your tube went limp.
No. We would collect wooden sticks from the backyard and whack them against each other until one of them broke.
Or someone got a splinter in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had one stick in particular that I dubbed Excalibur that I won like 15 straight matches with. I thought it was unbeatable. I hid it under the deck so my brother couldn't find it. And then he got like a piece of firewood. And I thought I could still win, and that was overstepping it. It didn't work out so well.
And that comes to an end. Another Weird Sports! And now a Big 12 fans' reaction to the 4-team playoff.
If righteous leader, Texas Longhorns, and corporate partner, the Longhorn Network allows it, we shall participate. All glory and thanks be to Texas for our conference life.
And now a Pac-12 fans' reaction to the 4-team playoff.
I don't know, brah. Like, I don't know if collegiate soccer really needs a playoff format change, brah. Sports.
The Sports Podcast. Olympics Update Watch Countdown. Brought to you by racism. Some people display it. Joel Anderson.
So the Olympics are coming up in like about a month, guys.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the close of another Sports podcast. But before we go, I'd like to give you our contact information.
Whoa. I think when we were doing all of our interviews with college football fans
Right, yeah.
for the different conferences about the 14 playoff coming up, I think we forgot the Big East.
No, we didn't. Anyway, if you want to contact us, Phil.
Sports Podcast at gmail.com. If you can hit us up on Twitter, if you may. Hit us up at sports3 podcast. That's at sports3 podcast. You can find us on Facebook by searching sports podcast, a little searchy thing. You can find us on Stitcher Radio, where you can see all of our back episodes. Look for sports podcast. You can find us on iTunes by searching sports3, which is all one word, sports3 space podcast, or you can find us on comedypodcastnetwork.com. All our episodes are there. So are we.
Yeah.
Lights off.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.